Hey guys, what's up? It's Drew here, and today we're going to be taking a look at one of the new Vex prophecy weapons. This one is a pulse rifle called Machina Dei, and it's obtainable through completing the Lost Prophecy verse 4. This weapon's design looks similar to the Exo Stranger's weapon from the original Vex storyline in Destiny 1. The pulse rifle being of course the Stranger's rifle, later on made into the unreleased Fate of All Fools, and then No Time to Explain exotic. Even in Destiny 1, I thought that this weapon's design was one of the coolest, best looking designs in the game, and as a result of it being functional in Destiny 1, as well as having great aesthetics, it's become one of my favorite weapons ever, and I'm super excited to have it back here in Destiny 2. The design now though in Destiny 2 looks like this weapon is far more equipped and fully loaded, especially with new modules and Vex Radiolarian Fluid now plugged into what used to be bare cylinders along the top of the weapon in Destiny 1. I don't normally say this in videos, nor do I know exactly how the lore works, but I feel like this weapon is the fully equipped, full potential version, perhaps, of the Stranger's rifle, which the Exo Stranger uses to combat the Vex. If this is the case, it'd be really cool. Anyways, that's my minute of fanboying over this weapon's design and background. Let's get into some functionality now. In terms of archetype, this is a high impact pulse rifle. It fires 320 rounds per minute at 33 impact. It deals 26 critical damage and 16 body damage, so you're going to be dealing about 48 to 78 damage per burst. It has an optimal time to kill of 1.2 seconds, taking 2.66 bursts, so just under 3 bursts with 8 critical shots. It has a far more punishing 2.27 base time to kill, taking just over 4 bursts with 13 body shots. You're going to be aiming towards a more average time to kill of 1.27 seconds, however, taking 3 bursts with 6 critical shots and 3 body shots. That's about a 66% critical hit ratio that you'll need to achieve with this weapon on average to get a good competitive time to kill. Moving on to our perks, these prophecy weapons have quite a few choices for perks available. In our barrel options, we have extended barrel, chambered compensator, and fluted barrel. Extended barrel increases range and decreases handling. Chambered compensator provides increased stability, moderately controlled recoil, and slightly decreased handling. Fluted barrel greatly increases the handling and still slightly increases stability. For our magazine options, we have high caliber rounds, appended mag, and tactical mag. High caliber rounds, of course, infamous for making it harder for people to shoot back at you while you're shooting them. So when you're shooting an enemy, they're going to experience more knockback and flinch, and as a result have a harder time being accurate back against you. In addition to this, high cal rounds also gives you a slight increase in range. Appended mag increases your magazine size, while tactical mag slightly increases stability and magazine size and increases your reload speed. Finally, the weapon's trait is the perk Ambitious Assassin. It overflows the magazine based on the number of kills before reloading. It does say multi-kills, but I don't think it means this in a traditional sense. Multi-kills usually refers to more than one kill in rapid succession. With this weapon, it's just any kills at any time before reloading, and each kill represents one burst that'll be overflowed. So fittingly enough, this perk actually continues the tradition of the previous weapons that it's based on in Destiny 1 of having bullets returned back to the magazine to have a larger magazine in some way. Of course, in Destiny 1 with the Stranger's rifle, missing shots return them to the magazine, and with No Time to Explain, hitting precision shots did the same. In terms of our barrel options, all of them have a unique purpose and are quite good. Extended barrel can make this weapon get up to 85 range, which is the highest, far above every other pulse in the game, and this is pretty much scout rifle range, so it's pretty insane. Chambered compensator was my personal choice because it did increase stability and control the recoil, which I think made this weapon perform a lot more consistently. It made the recoil almost entirely vertical all the time, especially when paired with a counterbalance mod. Fluted barrel significantly increases handling, which otherwise can definitely lack and make the weapon feel heavy. So using this can help with the weapon's versatility by making it feel lighter and snappier, so when you do need to aim down, it'll be quicker, especially when reacting to enemies. For our magazine options, I really don't think there's a choice other than high caliber rounds. This does slightly increase the range, and I feel like high caliber rounds paired with a very hard hitting pulse rifle can definitely offset some people's accuracy. So I want to test this for myself. I'd love to be able to easily test this. Unfortunately, until private matches, we don't have the means to do so, but I want to go ahead and say that at least in my head, this would be a really good option for this weapon. Otherwise, if you want a different option and don't believe in high cal rounds, Tactical Mag gives you a little bit more stability and some nice increases all around. With an already good mag size and Ambitious Assassin, I didn't really see much reason to use Appended Mag at all. Moving on now to the stats of the weapon, these are the stats using Chambered Compensator in high cal rounds as I suggested. This weapon has 76 range, of course with a maximum, like I said earlier, with different barrel options of 85 range. Either way though, with either of these stats, these are far above the highest range of any pulse rifle in the game and makes this weapon perform more like a hybrid scout, but more on that later. To pair along with that range is 35 target acquisition. This weapon has 63 stability and 70 recoil direction to also pair with that. It's got 27 handling, 45 with fluted barrel for those that are interested, 45 reload speed, and 30 bullets in the mag. As far as range capabilities go, I think the Machina Dei, or the Machine, has little to no issues, and I would say that it even feels as though it could even compete with scout rifles, as I briefly mentioned. As much as I'd prefer and suggested using Chambered Compensator for more consistent recoil, this pulse rifle has the best range capability, far beyond any other pulse in the game, especially when using extended barrel, which again puts it at 85, which is incredibly high and again can fight with scout rifles at their range. I like to think of this weapon almost like a really hard-hitting scout rifle pulse rifle hybrid, similar to that of the high impact scouts in Destiny 1. That being said, it's still a burst weapon, so you'll have to account for the slight recoil in each burst and lead your shots effectively, which is really the skill in using pulse rifles in my opinion. Controlling each burst was relatively easy compared to most pulse rifles though. Each burst was tight and accurate, which made it more effective than other pulse rifles, especially again for ranged engagements. Honestly, hitting headshots with this weapon was far more pinpoint accurate than I anticipated. Aim assist and target acquisition lacks in this weapon, as it does for all high impact weapons it would seem, and it's noticeable that you'll have to be more careful in placing your shots, and in this case, leading your burst and landing all your shots in your burst of course. Using increased range does seem to benefit the general stickiness of the weapon's shots in most cases though, at least that's how it felt in my experience. Due to the lower target acquisition and the slower rate of fire, it made using this weapon in close range harder due to it being more punishing to land shots. Moving on to our stability, I know I somewhat touched on this when talking about range just now, but this pulse's stability is also quite exceptional. It's got just about as good stability as the Vigilance Wing, which has the highest with a stat of 64, Machina has a stat of 63, and with a counterbalance mod, the recoil of each burst is pretty much only vertical, and as I already mentioned, has a pretty tight spread to go along with it. This allows the weapon to perform excellently at range, but also gives more ease in hitting headshots and getting a quicker time to kill as a result. I was pretty surprised at how often I could actually get an optimal or competitive time to kill with this weapon, and a lot of that was because of its stability, being tight and consistent enough to make it easy to hit headshots reliably. The cost of being able to hit headshots consistently and close to pinpoint accuracy though, a punishing time to kill if you fail to land your shots. So the stability is certainly a benefit, but leading your bursts and landing shots is a must. And that's the biggest criticism I have about this archetype in pulse rifles. As much as it's certainly possible and easier to land your headshots and you get some pinpoint accuracy to go along with it, it's very punishing to miss your shots or not hit headshots in specific, or more than anything, maybe it's just not rewarding enough. A 1.2 second optimal time to kill on some other weapons is far easier to land and with less precision and risk. And as much as I really like this pulse and I want to really like this archetype, this is the main thing that needs to change and perhaps be buffed, give it more headshot damage and make it more rewarding. Anyways, finally, in terms of handling and reloading, using Chambered Compensator as suggested, this weapon definitely lacks some handling, but that's honestly not far off from most high impact weapons. However, if that is ever annoying or bothersome to you, as it definitely can be when trying to quickly react to an opposing player, using the fluid barrel option increases the handling to 45, the highest handling of any of the high impact pulses, and it feels quite noticeably lighter and snappier. In terms of reload speed, generally it seemed pretty average and not something I really noticed to be slow in any way, especially since Ambitious Assassin overflows the mag and makes reloading less of a necessity. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the review. As I showed briefly at the beginning of the video, as I will on some videos to come as well, I am doing an emblem giveaway. All you have to do to enter this is subscribe here on the YouTube channel and turn notifications on. If you'd like, you can also follow me on Twitch, which would be appreciated, and just make sure to comment on this video or any future videos that you watch with your gamer tag, your PSN, or your Battle.net so I can get in contact with you and give you the emblem should you win. I'll be announcing the winner next Friday. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the review once again. Thank you guys so much for watching. Put your comments down below, put your thoughts down below so we can have a discussion. And as always, it's been Drew here today, and I'll catch you guys later.